Where are we, Claire?
We're in the van again.
Yeah, so the subject of this video, the real life of St. Chris, is the fact that we absolutely love our motorhome and we know that we're very lucky to have it, but there is one thing that we absolutely hate about it, isn't there?
Yeah. And
that one thing is the decals that are on the side of this motorhome. We've mentioned it before in previous videos, and if you can see the outside of the motorhome now compared to what it was when we got it, it's just absolutely degraded, hasn't it?
We'll pretend it's not our motorhome from the outside.
Doesn't matter how much we wash it, what we do to it, it looks terrible. So apparently it's a known thing. On Benimar motorhomes 2017, the ink that they've used is totally substandard.
So it's just a Benimar thing? Do
From
other
what I
people
can see.
experience it?
Don't know, have you got a problem on yours? Is it not a Benimar? But what's happened is I've actually had a look at it, and the top of the decal is just disintegrating. So it's like it's all separating, and when it ages, it's like a, you know, like when you've been on holiday and you start flaking.
Oh, is it
peeling?
Like that?
It's like that.
Peeling skin.
It's not a brand new motorhome. It's a 2017 and it's 2024 now, isn't it? So quick maths, that's 9 years. I would expect it to be better. On my lunch box that you put my sandwiches in for work, I've got an Ian Rush sticker. And that still looks all right.
Rush.
So why would they do that? It's just everything else on the motorhome. It looks quite new. When we bought it, it had only done a few thousand miles, hadn't it?
Yeah, it's solid inside.
15,500 miles, and we'd looked at loads of different motorhomes, and we'd seen that they're all in different states of disrepair, but this were really good. Now, one thing that we did mess up with a bit is when we came to look at it, it were raining, and they always say don't buy a car in the rain, and when you put wet on it, it does make it look a bit better. And I have contacted L'Oreal and I've asked if we could try out some of their wet look gel, but they're not wanting to sponsor this video.
What?
We're not worth it, and we're definitely not born with it.
To say.
I know that it's not the biggest problem in the world, but when you go back to the motorhome and it looks a bit shabby, it takes a bit of shine off it.
It does.
Because you see other people's motorhomes that are a lot older than ours, and theirs look all right, don't they?
Yeah, I wonder why that is. It must be the Benimar thing then.
Yeah. The problem is, with Benimar, this is one thing that we've found. You're going to see some of this as we go forward. When we bought it, it had a plinth light that was missing, and Marquis said that they were going to get us one, and they'd let us know when it came in. And we got an email, didn't we?
We did.
Last week. Said, oh, your plinth light's coming.
We forgot about it, actually.
We forgot all about it. And from what I've gathered on the forums, how Marquis operate is that they'll only bring parts across if they're shipping motorhomes.
Right.
And they put the parts into the motorhome. Now, this might not be true. I'm hearing this third hand.
Whack them in a new motorhome, send them over.
But it's cheaper for them.
It's cheaper,
I get that. The only thing is if you're waiting for a part, then you got to wait for it to come on a shipment.
Well, we've waited 10 months then.
10 months for an LED light. I also know that if people have damaged the motorhome, it's not straightforward that you can just go and fix it. You know, because you're waiting for parts because of this way that it operates. So you could be 4 or 5 months out. So if sorry.
I'm say if it's something significant.
Yeah, if back of your motorhome's hanging off, it's not roadworthy, then you can have these problems.
Yeah, what do you do?
So we have been trying to solve this problem.
We have.
But it's not been that easy, has it? The first thing that we did was we went online and we found a load of sign writers, usually sign writers, especially in our area. They'll do business signs.
Yeah.
And they also do vinyl wraps, and they do... What?
I don't know, maybe think of an old DJ or something, vinyl wrap. I don't know why. Anyway, carry on, what were you saying?
Did he do records?
I don't know even know what that is.
What, vinyl wrap?
Yeah, I do. Is it a real person?
I was just...
I don't know, maybe think about it, I don't know.
All right, I thought you were maybe a sandwich or something. You know, like where you get a bit of plastic in your meal deal.
Nothing worse.
Have you ever had a vinyl wrap?
No.
I know it's good practice to get 3 quotes. So I thought, brilliant. I'll approach 3 companies, send some pictures over, and tell them what our problem is, and then we'll just measure prices, and compare prices. So we're still waiting to hear from any of those companies.
So all three basically haven't responded at all?
Not even thanks for your email, nothing.
Well, that's very rude. And they were local sign writers to us, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Which I just thought, well, they must be busy. When we went to the Motorhome and Caravan show, we met quite a few people, and we knew that there were a trusted person there that could help us with this. And they've got a business, but they're quite far away from us. So we managed to get in touch with them, and they gave us some great advice, didn't
Yes.
they? And actually, because we're YouTube colleagues, they kind of gave us the insider
knowledge.
The insider knowledge that you wouldn't get if you just approach any other company. So, and they said that the problem that there is with motorhomes is that the decals are quite difficult to remove, if not virtually impossible if they're stuck on in a certain way.
Okay.
And basically what can happen is when you lift the decal off, it can get stuck, and then you've got to apply heat to it, and then sometimes you've got to use mechanical methods.
Yeah, it's like a price tag when you bought something and you can't get it off.
Yeah.
You leave it on and just keep going with it. I think these cups might have got a price tag on the bottom.
What, on these? What we're drinking today? It's not Madry again.
Look.
Well, it's not. What is it? We've got like a...
That's an example, that's what you mean.
That's what we're trying to avoid, you see. This.
I just leave it.
This type of thing. What is this?
This is elderflower and passion fruit.
We're not sponsored, are we, by that?
No.
Thank God for that.
Do you like it?
You get like a hint of hedgerow and then like an aftertaste of earwax. When you try and get the decals off and do it mechanically and putting heat on there, it can cause imperfections in the skin of the motorhome.
Okay.
And then even if you put a sticker over the top or a
It's still
decal, then you'll be able to see it underneath. So that's one of the issues that they said. And then the other thing is obviously when you've got a decal on, that's not being exposed to the sun, but the surrounding area has, so you get a bit of discoloration.
Yes, I've seen that on other things.
I mean, we've got a little bit inside as well, haven't we? It all goes a little bit beigey brown.
Yeah. So this could be a reason why no one's got back to you.
What they said was, because they're far away from us, they don't know what state the motorhome's going to be in, the decals. So it's very difficult for them to quote a price because obviously you're paying labour charges, which, you know,
Could take ages to pull
people aren't going to pull you off for free. They said the best thing to do would be to find somebody locally that can do it. And then if that's the case, then because we'd have to go down there and then the motorhome might be there for some time. It may be that we've got to find somebody around our local area, if we can, to see if they can do it.
You started pulling it off on Tuesday.
I was just on my way to work and you know, like if you get a bit of a wick and you can't leave it. So I thought, well, I'll just have a go at this. So I started to do it, and it did come off.
Yeah, quite easily, you said.
Quite easily, yeah. It has left a bit of residue, but I think you can get some stuff for adhesive.
Cleaner.
What's the best thing for us to use for adhesive, please? I've seen actually you can put petrol on it, but I don't
wanna
fancy
do
that.
So basically, we're going to take the decals off ourselves.
We're going to try it. Yeah.
Is that quite a mean feat?
Well, we don't know. This is a problem that we've got. If we can get them off, then we can go down to Milton Keynes and they'll do us a sterling job, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, right. Gosh, I'm worried about that because it's
It's not straightforward to do, and I'll tell you why. The windows have been sealed over the decals.
So we'll never get that bit off.
No, we will, but you got to remove the windows to get rid of the.
What a job!
I know, to get rid of the decal.
And you've pulled half of it off now.
Well, not of the window.
No, but all my side of the door.
I know.
So we've committed.
Well, it doesn't really make a difference because it looks bad anyway.
Have you ever heard such a pavlova about some shitty old stickers? Whilst these two get all dramatic about their first world problem, they forgot to tell you they had the motorhome MOT'd. It passed. 40 quid.
So it's going to look great, this van, when we've got all this off.
Yeah, but we've got this problem. We've got to get the windows out. So when we bought this van, we were looking, we had cam belt done, we checked all that stuff, we checked for water ingress, we checked everything. We wanted to make sure that all the upholstery were all right, but we did not think about the decals.
We didn't
at
for
all.
1 second.
And it's that that's bothered us, and it's significant. It really is, because, you know, they're not cheap vehicles to have. And you do want it to look nice. You do.
But when we turn up somewhere and we get out of it, people think no, I can't remember what his name is. The guy at Randy Quaid, when he gets out of
But on European vacation, yeah, you do a bit.
Christmas vacation.
So if we're going to have to take the windows out, then we're going to have to go to a motorhome place and get it done. But then we've got to get the decal on before the window goes back
This is
in.
a massive job, Andrew.
So we might have to take the windows out and then put some like black plastic bags over windows and drive down
You
Milton
can't do
Keynes.
this job.
What?
You can't do that job.
What? No, I'm not going to take the window out.
Goodness me.
Absolutely not. We need a professional.
Yeah, we do.
Has anybody replaced a window in the motorhome? How much did it cost? Where did you go? See, when I'm explaining this now, it seems quite overwhelming.
Absolutely crazy. It's a crazy idea.
It's got to be done though, because I've pulled
I know you've
pulled some off.
You've pulled quite a lot off, actually.
Just started going.
We thought this would be easy.
Has anybody else changed the decals? How did you go about it? Can you just remove it up to the sealant? And
Just
then
leave it.
I know, but I don't know. How did you do it? Did you have to take your windows out? Somebody must know somewhere or seen somewhere. It's a real dilemma. If we can solve this, one thing that we are thinking of doing is we're not going to have the same design, are we? We're
No.
going to change it.
We're pimping it up, aren't we?
We're going to pimp it. You know, we're going to pimp ready for next season, and we've got over winter to do it. I think it's going to need a bit of a polish. It needs a proper clean. We want somebody to do the roof. We'll pay for it done professionally, but we don't want to do that until we've got all this stuff off, do we?
And that's right.
And then we're also going to do in here, because as lovely as it is, it's a bit stock.
We want it more homely. We want little plants and cushions.
Well, you got your plants.
Where is it?
I don't know. Put it away.
Yeah, but we want them out on the show.
Well,
don't we?
these are the cushions that came with it.
We might get some little pictures and things up.
But I don't know.
Quite
That don't really go with it, that red.
No, I'd quite like some new carpets as well.
Well, we've got some carpets, but they're not very nice. Has anybody had some carpets done? And where did you get them from? And then there's one more thing. The mattress on the bed is on the thin side.
Yeah, it is. It's not the comfiest.
So we're going to see if we can get that done. We're pimping up. You know, we've done a year in it now.
Yeah.
We lived with it. I think a lot of people that do a year in a motorhome decide that the layout's not for them or whatever. But this layout is for us, and there's a lot of things, most things work. So we don't want to come across as ungrateful or not appreciating what we've got. But we're going to change things. The decals would be a massive change for us, I think.
Yeah, ready for a spring outing.
Yeah. And then get this a little bit comfier in here. So that's our big dilemma, and that's what we're going to try and sort over the next few weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take. You might see us on a campsite somewhere soon looking like, like where you send a parcel back, it never quite looks same.
Yeah. Somebody might see you taking the decals off.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a go at it tomorrow.
What, on this campsite?
Yeah, I don't think, it's not Caravan and Motorhome Club, so there's not a specific clause that says that you can't take a sticker off your van.
Right, I'm not helping you with that, am I?
Apparently not.
Is that a blue job?
Yeah, it's a blue job, yeah.
I'll make a bacon sandwich for you while you're doing it.
Yeah, but if you don't mind, I'll have the bacon sandwich afterwards, otherwise my greasy fingers will prevent me from pulling it off. I'll be like that. I'll be flying into Barry's caravan next door. Don't want that, do we?
Barry doesn't. Go to Wesh it with.
We're going to pimp it up.
Get some gold chains.
It's not even going to be a budget pimp. I know that that's quite popular. We're just going to get what we like within reason.
Are we?
But we're not doing
Have you agreed to that?
Well, we're not doing a budget. We never said we were doing a budget
Can we
pimp.
get some new curtains?
I think we should.
I'd like some new curtains, yeah.
Although I do like the net effect.
Well,
And you do. You say that you don't, but you spend most of your time like that.
We're looking outside. Let's get some nice... Can you get this covered?
What, this?
Yeah.
What are you going to cover it with?
Some fabric.
Yeah, but what colour?
I don't know, we haven't decided a colour scheme, have we?
Well, they've got like special stuff and they're just cushions, aren't they?
Can you get some to measure then?
It's all a bit beige.
I think if we were spending some cash, then let's get them sorted.
Well, I didn't say that much. Let's not get carried away. So that's what we're doing. So hopefully that's going to be good and you get to see it.
Yeah.
And hopefully the van will be recognisable as we're cruising on the highways and
That'd
you'll
be
be able to
fantastic.
wave, yeah.
Might need some volunteers to come and help you strip it off.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Neither would I.
Or
Spend a day with you.
Words